for these vehicles coming on the southbound side there. Look at that, a guy on a bike. Oh my gosh! Thank goodness he saw that guy coming. But again, this is passing, coming into the Newport Bay area right now, and he's going to come up to passing Fashion Island actually right now. That's right. He's going to be hitting a lot of traffic here. Look at this. Oh man, he's got nowhere to go. He's got that island. He's going right over the island. No problem doing that. And wrong side of the road. Unbelievable. Now we'll see what happens with those officers that are following. They may not be able to get over that median, but the airship is still overhead and tracking right there. Oh, barely making it back on the other side of the street. Wow, this is a very, very dangerous pursuit. This guy trying to get away in whatever capacity he can. We did hear him earlier trying to ram cars as we were approaching this pursuit.
And it appears that there is only one individual in the pickup truck. We see him there wearing a white shirt, or at least a light-colored shirt.
Yeah, so far we haven't heard any more word of anybody else in the vehicle except the driver.
It looks like he's dialing on his cell phone right now.
Yeah, that's correct. He's got a phone. He's got it going up and down to his ear. But here he comes. Got some cross traffic in this intersection. Whoa, close calls there in that intersection. And continuing on, that was a jam. I believe that was Jamboree right there. And you can see the Sheriff's Department trying to get into position, maybe to do a pit maneuver on this guy, but we'll see what happens. Again, very dangerous situation here as he approaches some very heavy traffic again.
Yeah, picking up speed where he can. Continued once again traveling north. It's got pretty much wide open now.
Yeah, pretty much open until this intersection here. He's got a red light, and he's going to jump that curb again, or he might hit that taxi. Pretty close there. He's trying to decide what to do. Now let's see if he actually makes a left turn or goes straight. So far, the officers are being able to keep up with him in this heavy traffic, in and out of lanes on the wrong side of the road. Let's try to get a better look at the driver here as I double in. Very desperate. You can see him on the phone. Yeah. But again, looking out ahead on PCH, the traffic seems to get a little bit better in the next half mile. But here he goes again, wrong side of the road, very dangerous for the drivers.
And as you're showing us, Gil, here's this guy driving, reckless driving at high speeds, going through this traffic, going through intersections with only one hand on the wheel, the other with the cell phone, trying to make a call, or perhaps he is talking to somebody on the phone.
Oh, yeah, Chuck, we know how difficult it is to drive with one hand and then at high rates of speeds and then trying to dodge oncoming cars. It's ridiculous.
Now, there's been no attempt. He's been on PCH for some time now, at least since we've been on the air with him here. No attempt for officers to get out in front to try to block off traffic at intersections, anything like that.
No, I know that the Newport police are there. They're trying to get into position to assist in this pursuit, trying to block off intersections. But he's going at such a high rate of speed that it makes it almost impossible to get out ahead of him and do that. And then, of course, jumping on the wrong side of the road like he's doing there, center median. And sure enough, wrong side of the road right there on the wrong side of the island, continuing southbound in the northbound lanes of PCH. Look at that, some heavy traffic right there. He's in a mess.
Now he's head on with another vehicle.
He's going to jump the curb once more.
Yep.
Back over the median and continuing. You can see the officers there trying to keep pace with this suspect.
Now, there's no markings on the black car that's following behind him. The other ones were clearly a highway patrol. Could this be local Newport police, or have any idea what that is?
From what we're hearing, it's the Sheriff's Department, Orange County Sheriff's in pursuit. Yeah, they tried to hand it off to CHP because it was on the 5 freeway. This pursuit was on the 5 freeway.
There's one intersection that was blocked off there.
Yes, so you saw that there. So the local police are assisting in the pursuit, trying to block off these intersections to keep people safe. But again, continuing northbound here on PCH, and now he'll be approaching the Huntington Beach area. So he's got some wide open lanes, some more lanes here. Look at that cross traffic right through, hard on the brakes. Oh, yeah. Man. Wow. Unbelievable.
We know a lot of people are joining us while they're watching this. We just want to tell you this started about 40 minutes ago in Lake Forest. Reckless driving. Obviously, we're not sure exactly what he's wanted for. Other than that, you see the driver, a male in the car, one hand on the steering wheel, the other on his cell phone. We're not quite sure what the object is in the back of that pickup truck, but he's going northbound on Pacific Coast Highway, high rates of speed, busting through intersections, going across the medial strip into the other lanes of traffic on the other side. Totally, there he goes crossing again.
Yeah, 3 lanes of traffic on each side, and you can see all these poor people coming on Pacific Coast Highway there, southbound. Look at that. So he's weaving in and out of those vehicles. It's unbelievable to see this happen. Wow.
Wow, okay, and we just want to let our
viewers
viewers know that we're going to continue to follow this for the next minute or so here, and then we'll be taking Ellen live this afternoon. If you want to continue to follow our coverage, just go to our website, nbcla.com, or also on the NBC LA app as well. So we'll continue the coverage, but we will on Channel 4 break away for Ellen at 4 o'clock. And, of course, we'll have a complete wrap-up of this chase, find out what was going on here on the NBC4 News at 5 as well. But until then, we'll stay with the chase and Gil Levis. So, once again, if you miss us here, you can just join us on the web, nbcla.com. Gil, where are we now, just before we leave you?
Chuck, he just crossed the Santa Ana River off the Pacific Coast Highway, continuing. He's going to be approaching Magnolia, and then within about a mile or two, he's going to be at the Huntington Beach Pier. So coming up into the Magnolia Beach Boulevard area along PCH northbound.
Okay, so that is another very crowded area. And, Gil, we have another 2 minutes, I'm just told, will you? So that's good. He'll be going into Huntington Beach, past the Huntington Beach Pier. Then once again, he'll exit kind of in the wetlands, still on PCH if he continues. And then he goes into Seal Beach and eventually Long Beach and right up the coast if he stays, as he has on Pacific Coast Highway. Gil?
He does have an advantage here. He's using the shoulder of the road, 3 lanes of traffic here on this northbound side, and he does have pockets of slowing. So right now he's in an area where there's not a whole lot of traffic, but up ahead I can look out the window of News Chopper 4, and there is all 3 lanes are blocked up ahead due to red light up ahead at, I believe that's Magnolia. So we'll see that in just a second here as he approaches, and he'll have some decisions to make here.
Once again, just to remind viewers, at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock, we will be taking Ellen live. And then, of course, our coverage of this pursuit continues on our website,
might be turning north.
NBC LA. So let's see what happens here as he's in the Huntington Beach area. Almost looked like he was going to make a right turn, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, it looked like he was going to there. Now look at that. The officer right behind getting very aggressive there, wanting to do a pit, but it's a little bit too high speeds right now for a pit, it looks like. And look at him, he's signaling out the window.
What is he doing?
What is he? It's just craziness. He had both hands out the window at one point. And look at this, on the shoulder of the road. That's here. Crazy. This is that heavy traffic I was telling you about at Magnolia. And look at this, onto the dirt, onto the parking area. This is a beach parking area right there.
Oh my God.
And he might be turning
now he's
onto Beach Boulevard.
Yeah, and that would take him up into Huntington Beach. Okay, Ellen's coming up next here on Channel 4, and you can continue to watch this pursuit on our website, NBC LA.
And you can see this pursuit. The one on this vehicle is a felony reckless driving, and that's no joke. This guy has been nothing but reckless in this pursuit. He's continuing now northbound Beach, approaching Atlanta, high rates of speed, wrong side of the road, in and out of here on Beach Boulevard as he continues northbound at a high rate of speed. We're doing 75 right now in News Chopper 4 and having a difficult time keeping up with this guy as he just continues to blow right by traffic. Look at this. Oh, it's going to come in really tight here.
Whoa.
He's going to hit. Oh,
he hit a couple of objects there.
Almost hit those objects on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I think those were signal. But look at that. The officer's right there, and they might do a pit right now. No.
They're going to bring right alongside him. He's slowing down.
And he's playing with the officers. There's the pit. A nice pit. Perfect. Putting him out of control. Spinning him out of control. They have him now. See the sheriff's department with guns drawn. And let's see what he's going to do. Keep it flat, Jim. Keep it flat. They're directing him to get out of the truck, but he's refusing to at this point. We're not sure if he became disabled himself somehow. We're going to get around to the driver's side here. They're backing up one of the vehicles, and we'll get a better look right now at that driver. He is moving. He's got his arms moving out the window. Let's see what happens. We're going to get into a better spot here. This is exclusive to Channel 4 We are the only news ship overhead at this time on this pursuit, and you can see the hands of the driver, at least one hand out the window. Let's see what he does, if he's going to comply or not.
We were wondering about what was in the back of the bed of the pickup truck. That's a large, like a steamer truck, and it looks like some other odds and ends. And here this guy's going to get out.
That's right.
This
Chuck,
is different. He's wearing a tie.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was in a dress tie or not. The car's moving forward there. But we're going to see what he's doing.
He's got
here.
the seatbelt still on.
Hook.
Yeah, he's not
That's
going
correct.
far.
So he's trying to, it looks like he's trying to talk to the officers. He wants to take that belt off, but putting his hand down is not a good idea. Now they're going to make the approach on him and help him out of that car. But a great pit maneuver by the sheriff's department here. And now they're going to just strip him right out of that vehicle.
Well,
still harnessed.
That's a difficult way to get the seatbelt off, but.
Tree, Jim, tree. The tree, picture. Can you move? The tree. The tree. The tree. Right there, right there. Hold right there. Sorry, I'm giving some direction to my pilot there. We had a palm tree in the way, but they do have him into custody. He did resist a little bit there, put him to the ground. They see that K9 unit there. But Chuck, wow, what a pursuit here. The last 10 minutes or so, just a nail biter.
You know, it makes you wonder. About 3 or 4 minutes before this, he was motioning to the police who were following him outside the window with hand gestures. I don't know exactly what he was doing. And then it was almost incredulous, as after the spin out there was almost, when he opened the door, as if he was kind of taunting the officers.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I saw him waving at the officers that were blocking intersections, like he was taunting them.
Yeah, that's what it looked like from here, but.
Beach Boulevard, north of Atlanta. Yeah, sorry, had to give some communication with our assignment desk, but again, thank goodness this guy is in custody. It doesn't seem like anybody was injured, although in the beginnings of the pursuit, we heard that he was trying to hit other vehicles up in the Lake Forest area. We don't have any confirmation if he did make contact with any of those vehicles or not. But, wow, what a ride this was.
Okay, they're taking him up, and see, look at him. He's still, he wants something.
Oh, yeah.
There's something that he wants.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think at this point he wouldn't resist, but he's not making it easy.
No, unfortunately, you know, he seems like he's going to resist the whole way in. So, you know, they're going to comply to that and get him in custody. Hopefully, he goes into that car easy, and he does. So that's good. But wow, Chuck, very high-speed, intense chase.
Extremely dangerous this time of the day, and especially on a thoroughfare like Pacific Coast Highway, where you've got so much traffic. Jumping over the medial strip at times, buzzing through almost every intersection if he slowed down at all. And finally, the pit maneuver here on Beach Boulevard, bringing this to a conclusion. Well, one thing here at NBC4 that we always do is follow up on these pursuits. We'll let you know exactly the story behind this pursuit. We make that as a pledge on every pursuit that we cover here on the air. And here you see the final moments of this pursuit when officers performed the pit maneuver. Perfectly executed there.
Yeah, definitely a perfect pit in the right spot and at the right time. Now the interesting thing is what's in that trunk that's in the back of the truck.
Yeah, a lot of questions. You know, why was he fleeing the officers? The gestures, what was all of that about? What was in the truck? And, of course, we should have more answers for you on the NBC4 News at 5 o'clock. We'll have more on this pursuit. So that's it. Gil, great job as always. Appreciate it.
You too, Chuck. Thank you.
Alrighty. We'll see you at 5 o'clock.
And all of this ended in Huntington Beach. Tonight, for the first time, the driver's mother tells us this chase was actually a cry for help. NBC4's Hetty Chang is live in Lake Forest with her story. In fact, she called us to share this story. Hetty?
That's right, Colleen. This is where the pursuit began, at this intersection where police tell us the 23-year-old suspect failed to stop. Ironically, it is right next door to the Lake Forest Police Department, where the suspect's mother tells us she came just last week begging for help.
He's going right over the island. No problem doing that, and wrong side of the road. Unbelievable.
Only News Chopper 4 is overhead this afternoon as an erratic driver narrowly misses cars and people as he flees from police.
Here, look at that cross traffic right through. Hard on the brakes. Oh, man. Wow.
A desperate driver.
Unbelievable.
And Claudine Salas couldn't believe who it was. Her son, 23-year-old Jordan Salas, behind the wheel.
Wrong side of the road. This guy is desperate to get away.
She says he was desperate for help.
And I see the pursuit live. I cannot even explain to you the fear that he's going to lose his life or he will kill someone.
Fearing for his life and the safety of others.
Look at that, a guy on a bike. Oh my gosh.
Salas called 911.
All I could tell them was like, he's not dangerous and don't hurt him. And please, please, I'm begging you, don't hurt him.
It was not the first time she contacted police. Salas tells us her son is bipolar. She went to Lake Forest authorities last week when he began acting strange and paranoid.
There was something mentally that was not okay. And there's nothing they could do.
She tells us police went to check on Salas, but nothing came of it.
There's the pit.
She is grateful no one was hurt today and hopes this is a blessing in disguise.
I love him with all my heart. I do hope that this will be a turning point where he will get the help needed.
Salas is in Orange County Jail tonight. He faces 2 felony counts of reckless driving and evading police. That's the very latest live in Lake Forest tonight. Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.